Alright, yeah, this is like the 10th time I've tried to do this video because this movie is so all over the place to me. To me, this movie is all over the place that it's hard to describe it without just rambling and then just giving up and starting over. Anyways, this is your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video about Ghostbusters Afterlife, and hopefully I can get through it this time. I'm not going to stop if I mess up. Just bear with me. We're going to fight through this. And also, before you say anything, yes, the fan above the stove is on, but I'm too lazy to get up and shut it off. But you accept me for me, just like I accept you for you. So let's just move on with this. Is a movie a good movie if only the last 10 minutes are good? To me, no. You might feel a different way. The way this movie was set up was kind of, it seemed like it was to make up for that horrible pile of garbage that was the all-female Ghostbusters. And pure transparency, I've never seen that movie, but I've seen enough retrospectives, reviews, and movie clips to know that it was a pile of garbage, and I don't need to punish myself for 2 hours just to say that I watched it so I can speak on it. I'm going to speak on it without having seen it. It looks like garbage. I'm 99.999% sure it is garbage. So there. This movie, though, it's like a children's movie, but not for small children, like preteens. And a lot of it is set up, it's made like that, but then they add in certain jokes and stuff, hoping that if you are a parent that love Ghostbusters and you're trying to get your kids into Ghostbusters and you're sitting there, that you're not going to be completely miserable being bombarded with just adolescent humor or just whatever. I really think they should have just found one tone and then just stuck with that. I think they should have made it as close as to what the original, and not Ghostbusters 2, the original Ghostbusters was. And I think because back when I was younger, the stuff that kids like, it wasn't made for kids. And that's why it still remains classics to this day. RoboCop. Granted, you probably, weren't supposed to be watching it, but guess what? The kids that grew up watching that stuff, we didn't turn out to be serial killers. We didn't turn out to be stalkers and all that kind of stuff. We knew it was fake. We knew Terminator was fake. We knew RoboCop was fake. We enjoyed it for what it was. If you had half a brain, you know not to go out and copy this stuff. So it was fine watching that stuff. Same with Ghostbusters. It's had sexual humor. It had different things in it. But guess what? Kids loved it because they weren't insulting kids. When you watch, I hated watching stuff for kids when I was growing up because it just insulted the kids' intelligence. A lot of these people that make stuff, I mean, now the kids are super dumb. Don't get me wrong. Nowadays, teenagers are dumb. Young adults are dumb. Everybody is super dumb. But back then, kids were a lot smarter than the studios and these TV companies gave them credit for. So you could put out something made for adults and the kids would get it. They would understand what made it great. So I really think they should have stuck with the original tone with Ghostbusters with this. I mean, as close as they can get to it, because they can't, it's, to recapture the magic from something from the 80s, especially a great era like that, it's impossible. So but at least try to come close to that. Another thing that I didn't like about it was Paul Rudd. He's just playing Paul Rudd. Recently with Halloween, I had never seen that Halloween movie that he was in. And he was still playing a variation of the Paul Rudd character in that. He doesn't change for anything. And it's like he sticks out like a sore thumb in this movie. Yes, he's playing the role of the high school teacher in it. Yes, he's, whatever character. But he's playing Paul Rudd, and it just takes you out of it. I don't know why he doesn't feel the need to change up. Unless they're just like, hey, give us the usual Paul Rudd role. Cool. Maybe that's how he gets his bread and butter. Who knows? What else? Okay, we'll just skip to the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes, finally, you have the original Ghostbusters pop up. And not only do you have the three that are alive, but you have the ghost of Egon pops up. I guess because his son did the movie, it's acceptable. A lot of times when I see stuff like that, it's the almighty dollar driving it, and it never... when they recreate somebody that's passed away through CGI, it almost never lives up to the intent or what the studio thinks how you're going to react to it. With this, it was better than a lot of things that I saw. It was better than them doing Carrie Fisher CGI, things like that. I mean, I really liked it. Like I said, I liked the last 10 minutes. And it's sad because once you even see the few words that Winston... number one, Egon doesn't say anything, the ghost, which I'm glad, because that would have been even more awkward trying to get somebody who's, a sound-alike, or trying to cobble together previous recorded audio and try to put... I'm glad they didn't do that. But it's sad when you see Winston, Ray, and oh my God, I can't believe I'm ashamed. Jesus. Whatever, the three Ghostbusters that are alive, when you see them, just their few words interacting, you're like, this, why not this? Why couldn't this be the whole movie? Because you can just tell if they would have did a whole movie, you would have had a lot of improv, especially from Bill Murray. And that would have gave us that feeling that the studio is trying to recreate. I don't know if they went with the young kid vibe, thinking that, oh, we can reboot it with these young kids, because, yeah, that always works when we bring in a whole new crew and these people try to pass the torch. No, it never works. Name one time when it's worked. Name one time when you've had, a classic character like Indiana. We saw it with Indiana Jones. They try to pass it on to Shia LaBeouf. People, they just don't want that. They want the original characters. If you want to have new characters and new stories, do that. Don't try to rehash the same characters with new people. It just does not work. But you're watching the three Ghostbusters that are alive with their interactions, and you immediately are just like, this is what it should be. This is what it should be right here. Why? I don't know. I assume Bill Murray, because he's always been the problem holding up, any Ghostbusters sequel for the longest time, which surprised me that he actually did the video game. That really surprised me. Speaking of that, if you want a true Ghostbusters sequel, just go play the Ghostbusters video game. True Ghostbusters fans and a lot of other people, they consider that the true Ghostbusters 3. Even though it has that garbage actress, Alyssa Milano, in it, don't hold that against the game. And Ghostbusters Afterlife, man, it was just nothing. It was just... And I hate always coming out here and just complaining about stuff, man. I wish I had something good to talk about. So I'll just talk about the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes, it was good. Not good enough to spend money on and, spend 2 hours out of your life. I mean, just wait maybe about 2 weeks, go up on YouTube. Somebody's going to have that last 10 minutes on YouTube. You can watch it for free. You can see the only good thing of the movie. And that's pretty much it. Don't know what else to say about it. Let me give a rating to it. 1 to 10 dog bones, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Man, if you're a Ghostbusters fan and you're expecting something, I'd give it a 3.5 or 4. If you don't know anything about the Ghostbusters and you're just coming into it and you're a young kid, I don't know, maybe a 6. I don't know, maybe a 5. I have no idea, but to me, I give it a 3.5, and that's being generous. Ghostbusters, I'm being nice to you right now. I'm being generous right now. But it was cool to see Bill Murray and the rest of the guys back in the Ghostbusters outfit with the proton packs. That was pretty cool. This is your boy Winston Wolf. Don't waste your money on Ghostbusters Afterlife, please.